Barry Gibb is on the line.
Yes.
Oh, Barry, hello. How are you?
Yes. Hello, Steve. Hello, mate. How you doing, Tim?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you very much. Now, listen, first of all, Barry, I know everyone's asking, how are you? How is it all now?
Everything's really nice now. I'm sort of coming through the other end of the tunnel, if that's what you want to call it,
Yeah.
From all of the family tragedy and things like that. They're actually quite difficult to get through, but I've had a lot of spiritual help and good friends. And very big family. I had two. Well, I didn't personally, but two new grandchildren born during the time that we lost Rob, and our 7th grandchild last week. So the cycle is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have loss, and then you have birth, and somehow it all sort of works, and you don't understand why.
I was watching something on YouTube, I think it was you, the other day being interviewed, and also you were talking about your grandchildren, talking about the comfort and support of your family and all of that.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing, isn't it, really?
Well, it really is. Without a family and without that foundation, I don't think anyone could survive in the kind of things that I do or the kind of things that we did as a group. It was a family, It was 3 brothers, and we're all linked, and we're all still linked,
Let me just do a bit of business here. Barry Gibb, CBE, singer, songwriter, and founding member of... I've got to do this because people just tuning in, Barry, they might not know. The Bee Gees, together with his younger brothers, twins Robin and Maurice, Barry formed the Bee Gees, one of the most successful pop groups in the history of music, who sold more than 200 million album sales worldwide. Barry's just announced...
apparently.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That he'll be visiting the UK on his Mythology tour for 3 dates in the autumn, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Let me just ask you about the hits, because just so many. I mean, I've got a list in front of me, and everybody knows them. And the interesting thing, whenever I see you perform, even as a solo artist, you always give the songs your very, very best, and you never seem to get fed up with singing them.
There's a selfish reason for that, is I only sing songs I love. So instead of looking at your own little list and thinking, oh no, that one's coming up, I don't want to have to sing that one, but I'm going to have to. I don't do that. I look forward to every song. So that's always like, oh boy, how deep is your love is coming.
Yeah, I mean, it must be quite difficult for you at the moment to sing some of the songs for the memories that they bring back, and then maybe, a great pleasure as well.
It is. It's a dichotomy. It's a great pleasure and a great joy just to have all those memories, I still see them with me. I still see all my brothers with me. This is a celebration, Steve. This is not like something we should all be looking negatively at. It's a great celebration of all my brothers, and that's where the fun is for me.
Okay, on a personal note, I remember at least 2 or 3 years when you guys used to come either into the studio to see me, or when I was on the road show.
Yeah.
And we would be down somewhere in the West Country, and you guys would...
I know.
I mean, this is it. Listen to this, Barry. That you guys would come into the bar, and Mo would be playing the piano, and we would be singing with you.
That's yes. We've seen something. We've seen some trains go by, Steve.
I know, but that's what...
sometimes we were on them.
Yes, we were. We were at the back mainly. But here's the thing about you guys, and about you in particular. I saw an interview with you where you said, well, we're very, very lucky. We've written a few songs and we like to perform, but we're not. This is you talking. You said, but we're not really performers. We're songwriters. And yet here you are, the greatest performers of all time.
I just think it's subjective, It's like our whole lives we felt we were really built to write songs, and that's what we were trying to do. So even when we got to around about the age of 50, or I did anyway, my brothers didn't want me to be 50. I would be celebrating and they would say, don't tell anybody. And at that point, we couldn't get on the air. People wouldn't play our records because he's past 50. So we wrote for other people. And I know that I'm now hearing stories that Robin wasn't very happy about losing Heartbreaker or having Islands in the Stream recorded by Dolly and Kenny Rogers. Or he always thought that they would have been great hits for us. But the problem was, Steve, is we couldn't get airplay.
Yes.
We were at that point, we were on hiatus. So we were writing for other people. That's how the songwriting thing built.
And it's always been like that with you. It's been very much up and down in your career, hasn't it? But overall, if you look at it, it's mostly highs, isn't it, really?
It's definitely a roller coaster ride, if that's the best term. I mean, it really has kept us on the ground. We've never been able to sort of really develop a healthy ego because because, something wonderful would happen and we go, wow, we're good. And then something really bad would happen and go, wow, we're bad. It always kept us on the ground.
Yeah. Was there ever a point, though, Barry, when you thought about letting Steve join the Bee Gees, especially when he was singing with you on those trains?
There was a particular moment when he was doing the fourth harmony on Tragedy.
That's right, yeah.
And we thought to ourselves, yes.
It's him. I tell you my favourite song, one of my favourite songs is Morning of My Life. I love that song.
Me too.
I love some of your recent stuff that you've done on your own as well. And also, I love Sweet Summer Nights by Kenny Rogers.
Oh, wow. The Eyes That See in the Dark album.
Yeah, that's a great album. And that's great songs.
Yeah, that was another great experience. Looking for life experiences now.
Tell us about the tour. It started in Australia, right? Am I right?
Yes. It was really nice to go back and sort of fulfill that cycle because we were an emigrant family to Australia about 1958. So for me, it was like finding closure, chasing memories. They put a statue up for the group in Redcliffe, beautiful place called Redcliffe where we first lived when we moved there.
Oh, great.
But yes, we did 6 shows, including Napier in New Zealand, which was a phenomenal experience. And it went back into my blood again. This is what I love doing. And I got the greatest band. I got my eldest son, Stephen. I got my niece, Maurice's daughter, Sammy. And they're fantastic talents. And it's a wonderful band.
During the show, there are movies and photographs, I think, of the brothers through the years. That must be joyous and painful at the same time to see all of that.
Well, yeah, but, there's so many wonderful memories. And really, life at the end of the day is about memories. And I'm living them. I didn't enjoy them so much at first, but I do now because I've learnt by watching so much Billy Connolly that you can talk to the audience. You can actually have chats and tell stories. And so I try to do that too. And I try to show the appropriate photographs of the family. And it's fun to do.
Okay, so we've got Saturday, 21st of September, LG Arena in Birmingham to see Barry Gibb Mythology Tour. Then, Sunday, 29th of September, Manchester Arena. And Thursday, 3rd of October, O2 Arena in London. And you must come by the show. If you come in over a few days before, please come in, because it'd be great to see you. I haven't seen you for
I'd be
ages.
delighted. I look forward to seeing you again too.
And then what about these stamps? There's an 8-stamp set celebration celebrating Robin Gibb's life ahead of the posthumous release of Robin's album. And you're on all Isle of Man stamps, is that right?
They did that for us, bless them, about 20 years ago. And, they've very kindly done this for Rob, and I think it's wonderful for him, and very nice of the Manx government to do that. And I look forward to hearing his album. It's a fine honour for him.
This is the silliest question of all, really, and I know what the answer's going to be, but why are you out on tour when you don't really need to be?
Here's the question. Why?
Yes.
Okay. It is the ultimate question, I agree. Hungry to play. I love music. I've sat around too long. After all my brothers were gone, my wife said, get off your backside, put the remote down and stop moping and get on with the music. And sort of basically that's why I'm back doing this.
And what about the song? Now that you're kind of on your own, what about the songwriting process? How easy or difficult is that?
I was a songwriter when I was 8 years old, so I sort of knew that that's what I wanted to do, and ideas came instinctively for me and always have done. And I've written with different people, and I think we all did that because we thought it would help the group to write with different people. Of course it's different. I miss the collaboration, and I miss the silliness, and nobody ever saw us actually write a song. So I think that's something that I'll always be able to keep.
That's an interesting remark. Nobody ever saw you write a song.
That's true. That's true. Nobody was ever in the room when we wrote a song. So that's our illusion.
And you can see Barry on the UK leg of his Mythology Tour from Saturday, 21st of September. That's in Birmingham. Yeah. And then on to Manchester Arena and the O2 Arena in London. Very good to talk to you. Thank you very much, Barry.
All right, sir.
Ta-da.
I'll see you soon, Steve.
Okay.
Bye-bye.